and a legend in combat sports. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Badr Hari. Thank you guys for being here. Arek, this is probably one of the biggest fights in your career. How do you feel fighting, well, a living legend in the kickboxing sport?
Oh, you know, when I got this proposition, I was really excited. You know, when you start, when someone starts training, he wants to fight with the best guys. Badr Hari is the best, the most dangerous man on this planet. So you know, it was something like dream for me. It was, but now it's just another fight. It will be another fight. So now I'm a little bit, you know, keep down with my emotions. I worked hard few months. Glory postponed this fight. I got some rest. Then I start my camp again. I feel great. I train with the best people on the world, so I will be prepared.
Yeah, Badr, that's a quite humble opponent. What does this fight mean to you?
Yeah, for me, every fight is very important, you know. But the most important thing is, you know, I came from a loss. So I'm very driven to. Sometimes people ask me like, what else do you have to prove? You know, you fought all the best people in the world, you knocked everybody out, but you still, what is there for you? People like this, you know, you want to win from everybody. So I think he will come in his best shape. He will train hard. He will work hard, like he already said. So for me, there is no room for not taking this fight serious. So he will get the best Badr until now, you know. So I am very focused in showing the fans that I'm back on track again. You know, I changed trainer, I changed my whole team, everything changed. So this was a very important step in my career until now. It was a very hard one to make. It took me some time, but I think after my last fight, it made very clear that this big change had to come for the better. So this will be a different fight.
What will we see? Will we see a different Badr Hari? What will be different?
No, I think you will see the same, you know. I've been in this game for a long time. I've been knocking people out for a long time. I've been putting great fights for a long time. But in the last couple of years, I couldn't find myself, you know. And the people around me also couldn't make me find myself. So it was a difficult process. But what I can say now is that we are preparing for the future. And the future started a couple of months ago when I changed team and trainer. So I think this was, for now, the best step to make for the next step in my career.
Thank you. Let's go to the questions from the press.
I'm back. This question is for Badr. You've, as you said, you've changed from Mike's gym to SB gym. What is the big difference in your preparation now in comparison to before?
You know, when you change camps, a lot of things change, you know, so it's not only a game plan, but it's also a mindset. The way I feel now training with Saeed is like how I felt when I started training with Mike in the beginning, you know. But if I talk about these issues, we'll be talking here for hours because it's a 50-year-long relationship that I had with Mike, so it's gonna be, it doesn't stop. But you know, when you are in a long relationship with somebody, sometimes, you know, the fire just goes away between two people, you know, and also that's also with fighting and in any kind of relationship. So I think between me and Mike, this is what happened. There just was no fire between us anymore. So for me as a pupil and for him as a trainer, for us it was a time to say, okay, maybe we should separate because it doesn't bring us any good anymore. So I stepped over to Said, and I found in him what I found like 15 years ago when I stepped into the mic. I found a trainer who was very energetic, who was really there to want to prove himself, to want to show himself, to show that the best is yet to come. So for me, Said didn't just change me as a fighter, but also as a human. He changed my mindset and how I think about fighting again. And he gave me the will and the power to really find myself again, put myself back on track, and enjoy this game that I've been doing for this long. Yeah, I'm very thankful to be here, and I'm just very, very hungry to show everybody that I'm still here, still running the game, and on my way to this title again.
Okay, thanks. As said before, Glory signed Alistair Overeem, one of your old nemesis, and I know you've trained and in the meanwhile, you did some training sessions together. So let's say you win this fight, and I know you're focused on this fight, but would a fight against Rico would be more interesting for you, or a fight against Overeem to know who's going to win the trilogy?
This is like putting a young kid in a candy shop and telling him, choose one thing you like. So it's very difficult, you know. I think Glory signing Alistair is a great thing to do. I think they made a big step over there. I think Alistair has still a lot in him as a fighter. You know, he's been K1 champion. He's been beating people up in the UFC. This guy is a legend in his way, you know. So yeah, of course, I think it's an amazing step that they bring him in, and you know, it gives the heavyweight division some extra color. So who will I want to fight then? I would like to fight everybody, you know. Glory is my boss. They pay, I give. It's very simple as that, you know. So I think, you know, they have Robbie Timmer as matchmaker, so I think he will know what's best at what time, who we should fight. So for me, I will just make sure that I stay ready. And but let's stop fantasizing about things that didn't happen yet. You know, this is a very important fight with a very important opponent who is willing to give everything that he can give, and he will give everything that he got. So let's stay here today and focus on. You got a very difficult name. one time. Okay, let's focus on Arek. You know, I think this guy is like he said, he's been fighting for so long and trying to put his best, and he will fight me September 4th. I think this is a very big step for him, and a very important one for me. So let's stay in the moment. Let's stay here, and focus on what we're really gonna do September 4th. I think this is a great matchup. And yeah, but signing Alistair was a great deal.
Okay, so about this fight, and you probably look tape of your opponent. On a scale from 1 to 10, if you look at his skills and his experience, how would you rate him as a fighter?
Yeah, he's sitting here, but if I really have to be honest, like, of course, I don't think he's very experienced yet, but he's still very young, so he still can do a lot of fights and learn a lot. So this guy is really growing. You know, I saw his last couple of fights, and you see that he gets better every time. So I think I have to be very careful, and I just have to be my best. You know, I cannot give him any room for mistakes, because he is there to win and he is there to hurt me, and I am there to hurt him. So, you know, we will see, but he is really one we should keep focusing on. He's a future. He's a guy who will stay here for the future. So yeah, he will get me in my baddest way.
So, and question on, sorry, what was your first name?
Arek.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you, Badr. Yeah. So this question for Arek. I think the first time that Badr won a K1 championship, I think you were 13. And was Badr somebody that you look up to, or do you have any other fighter that you really look up to?
of course, Badr Hari. It's funny, but really, at first Badr Hari, also Remi Buniaski. You know, there was the ages of the best K1, yeah. When I growing up, when I started my training, so I watched those guys, Badr, Remi, Alistar on Eurosport. Sometimes I watched them highlights on internet. I tried to watch for some moves, you know, and do it on my trainings. Yeah, it's funny, but you know, I have to talk about my idols. It's funny maybe for you, but it's true. I think mostly. At first, I look up on Badr, on Remi. I think my most favorite fighters, you know.
My mic. Yeah, let me tell you one thing. You know, because everything starts with a dream. He is fighting me. I am his idol. But I remember one time I was in the K1 and I was fighting Peter Aerts, who was really my idol, you know, and I was a guy who made me start kickboxing, you know, and I remember the first time I met him in the ring. We all know how that went. So I think we be very careful, you know, because everybody has a dream. This guy has a dream, so you should never underestimate somebody, his dream. You know, if it grows big enough in his head and he will start believing in it, you can he can really surprise everybody.
You know, maybe.
Yeah, but I'm not Peter Aerts. So this is the difference. But I think it will be a hard fight, and I really respect him for taking this fight. I know a lot of people wouldn't take this fight, but he took it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward. And I think dreaming is good. You know, I think this is a message for everybody, not only for him. But if you have a dream, you know, believe in it, because I had it also, and look at me now. So never give up. You know. So I respect his dream.
I have a question for Badr. Arek is young, good and fast, and you are very experienced, but you've also just recovered from your injuries. At what age or at what point will your body tell you to stop? Because I don't think you mentally ever want to stop, but at one point is enough.
No, I'm not a guy who's, I'm really honest to myself, you know, when I'm, you know, if, I really know when it's time to stop, you know, and for me it's very simple, because when I'm in the gym and I'm still beating everybody up, I'm stronger, faster, harder than everybody over there, so that means I'm not even close to stopping. I'm not even thinking about it. So I'm very, the only thing that was missing is finding myself again, to get the motivation to start train hard and believing in myself again and believe in the sports of kickboxing. You know, I've been in the game for a long time, and kickboxing been going up and down. You know, we had some big organization who went bankrupt and stopped. You know, when the K1 stopped, everything started different. Then Glory came, then I didn't fight, then I went to jail. You know, my life is a fucking story, you know. And I had a lack of rhythm, you know, no rhythm, no fighting. You know, sometimes I fight, sometimes not, sometimes inside the ring, sometimes outside the ring. You know, it's been a fucking hard life, you know. But I'm here though, you know, so I'm still training hard. And like I said, you know, with this new change that I made in team, I think it's the best choice that I could make until now. So the best is yet to come, and this is the only mindset that you can have stepping in that ring, you know. And I'm really thankful, you know, with Glory is doing an amazing job. You know, they're really pushing me to become better, and they're really giving me the time and the opportunity to find myself again. And it's more than an organization, you know. It's like family for me. We are really putting something on the map here, you know. So I want to thank Glory for keeping kickboxing on the map, because I think we're fighters all. We should be very thankful that they are here. You know, sometimes I'm here, some crying left and right, but I think we should be very thankful and support the organization with all that we can do, as they are doing for us. So yeah, so the best is yet to come for me and for Glory, and hopefully for all the other fighters. You know, we're just paving the way. That's it.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster for you. I have another question for you. Would you ever want to represent Morocco at the Olympics in kickboxing? Do you think you're the one?
Morocco is my life, you know. I love this country, yeah. But you know, Olympics it's not for me. You know, we just finished these ones, and the next ones are coming. And as you see in Morocco, we got some fast runners, but we're not that good in fighting at this moment, because kickboxing is not an Olympic sport. But if it would be, yeah, of course, I would love to. You know, I think this is the biggest honor you can get, winning an Olympic medal. I think every sports person, you know, these people, they work for 4 years, now for 5 years, to peak at the right moment, at the right place. I think these people are doing a great achievement. So yeah, would I love to? Of course, but is it reasonable? No, I don't think so. But Morocco all the way.
Bart from nu.nl, question for Badr. I think you wrote on Instagram yesterday, and today you're really humble here. Really, the way you talk about your opponent is really different than the way you talk about Benny. Then you said, like, walk in the park and easy money. So where did the change come from, and yeah, why do you do so?
Because losses make you humble.
That's it.
That's it, bro. It's that simple. I can tell you a whole fucking story over here, but there is none. If you lose, you shut up. You get humble. You make sure with the mistakes you made, you fix them. You make sure you learn from this mistake, and you know, wait until I win. Fuck being humble over. No more questions for you anymore.
And all your last fights were a bit the same. You started great, first 2 rounds, and then you get injured. Is that just unlucky, or is that something you can prevent?
You know, no, I think this is just unlucky. You know, if you go to the casino and you play all the time, you know, you win sometimes, you lose sometimes. You know, this is life. There are a lot of things that make. That has to put in place. You know, you can train hard, you can eat well, you can sleep well, you can do whatever you want. But at the end, you know, it's a body. You know, you cannot control all the things in life. You know, some things are just, you know, if you believe in the universe, God, or whatever you believe in, it's up in His hands. And yeah, inshallah, this time everything will be different. And I feel very good. I feel very good.
Yes, hi. Question for Badr. You told us you lost yourself. What was the missing piece you had to find to fully come back to Badr, and what was the missing piece that you now found for this next match?
I think it was not only me. I think everybody in my past team, we weren't on the right track anymore. You know, I think we became too comfortable. I just think it was a lot of things. You know, it's not only one thing that I can tell you. Okay, it was this. That's why I found myself again. I think the most important thing is that I really love training again. You know, I really love my sports again. I really look forward to go to fights. You know, I know myself in the last couple of fights, I was just, I wasn't really into it. You know, I wasn't believing in it because I didn't believe in everything around it. You know, I didn't believe in training. I didn't believe in the game plan that we had. If we already had one, you know, there was a lot of things that played a role why I couldn't be who I want to be. But now it is, you know, we train hard, we work hard, you know, we have a good atmosphere, there is a good energy, and yeah, I really found myself, you know, I really found kickboxing again. I think this is the thing that I found.
And because you lost yourself, were in the last matches when you got your injuries, were that part of not being totally yourself and lost some control in movements by getting those injuries?
No, an injury is just an injury. You know, you do your prehab, you have your physio team, you do everything. But some things you cannot control, and these injuries are these kind of things. So I think I was just unlucky on that part. But no more injuries from now on, I can promise you that.
So, 4th of September, no injuries, is going to be a full Badr Hari who's going to make a great match.
Yes. Yes.
What does keep you motivated for the next fight?
Yeah, what keeps you motivated? Because, you know, I'm not done yet. You know, if you know, and you know what keeps me motivated, and it's maybe a little bit of, You know, I believe in you know, there will come a time that we are not alive anymore, you know? We'll die. This is just how life goes. You know, I lost some friends along the way. I lost some family members who didn't get very old. So there will be a time that we are not here anymore. But I have children, and there are children who will have children, like my father has his grandchildren. And for me, what is important is, it sounds crazy, but I wanna like live forever. So when I die, and I will, I want people to tell stories to my children, their children, that there was once a guy who named your grandfather or father, and this guy was an amazing guy. He did great things. You know, people remember him for what he did. And sometimes I walk in the street, not sometimes, a lot of times I see young children, like 5, 6, 7, and they know my name. And I'd be like, huh? You don't even know, you don't even know that my sports needs gloves. Or so you really don't know nothing about me. And he knows you because his father told his son that this guy was great. And this is what motivates me. So when I die, when I'm not here anymore, I want people to remember me for what I did. You know, I want to do something great like a lot of great athletes did who are not here anymore, but still remembered on. So I think we all are looking for eternal life. We want to stay here forever. So this is my way to stay forever. So this is really my biggest motivation to keep doing what I'm doing.
Arik, does it ever occur, come to your mind that you can be the one to close Badr's story, Badr's book, if you win?
Yeah, I think when I win, I will win. I will finish his maybe not legend, but his career. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I will I will be in the history of this sport when I will win, because Badr lose only few fights, only with top guys. You know, I don't remember that he lose with guy on the lower level. You know, so I will be the great too. When I will win, and I will.
You see what humble does with you? Fuck being humble. No, you know, of course he will come to win. Of course, you know, this is a fight, and this is why people come, because there has to be a chance that somebody will win. You know, if it was a match that was already set, why would we be here? Then nobody would be here, because everybody, you know, even if it's 1%, it's 1%. It's a chance. So yeah, I understand that he says this, and I respect that. And he will come in his best shape, and I will come in my best shape. And yeah, you know, that's the beautiful thing of a fight. One day, it will get there. You know, you cannot run away.
Badr was telling, you know, that you need a dream to come to win from him. Do you think he's gonna put you asleep?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
No, why? Because, you know, I don't know why. Just no.
Okay, Badr, we fought a couple of times, and were strong fights. You're of course also a legend in fighting. Do you think he is up to that level? You know, he has a dream and all that. We know that, you told us. But do you really think, from the bottom of your heart, that this is opponent for you to fight?
You know, Remy, I'm not a matchmaker, you know. Mm-hmm. So I'm not the guy who put him here, but I really believe, and I do really believe, that everything starts with a dream. You saw me when I came to the K1. You were already a legend. You see what happened. You know, of course I was on a different level of technique, but he is somewhere. So you know.
Yeah, tell her. Don't be humble, man. Don't be humble. Tell it to me.
You know, I really respect him. You know what it is? I respect him as a guy, and I see somebody who gives me a lot of respect. So I don't find it on its place to. I really want him to keep that dream alive until September 4th. You know, so even if he wins or not wins, you know, I just want to motivate him. You know, maybe he loses, but he'll put a great fight.
Yeah.
So that will make him. That will make it, you know, he can only win September 4th. Even if he loses, he is a winner.
I understand.
You know, he just needs to put a good fight, and if he loses in the first or the second or points or whatever, this guy is already a winner. He is here, he wants to fight me, he will give his best, he will do everything he needs, he puts his life on the line, his health. So this, you know, I can't, you know, even if I want, I can't. So what I can tell him, even if you lose or even what, for me, you're already a winner. You know, you are here, you came this far, you're fighting me. So he just has to put a good fight. If he puts a good fight, you know, I remember I fought Alexei Ignasov. You remember this fight? Yeah. A lot of people remember this fight. I was maybe 17, 18 years old. I was 85, 86 kilos. I fight Alexei Ignasov. He was the best. Everybody was telling me, you are crazy, you're this, I didn't win. Yes, I lose that fight. He knocked me out in the third. But it was everybody, after that fight, everybody remembered me. Yeah. Everybody was, you know, Badr Hari, this guy, wow, he's great. I lost by knockout. Not even points, I lost by knockout. But everybody remembered that fight. All fighters, if I ask everybody, hey, you remember this fight? Was it a great fight? It was a great fight. And I didn't even win. So I think this is what I see in him, you know. I see somebody who just has to put on a great fight, do his best, and he's already a winner then, you know.
I've seen your career. I know where you're coming from. I've seen your first fight till your last fight. Which Badr are we going to see on the 4th of September? Because you can step in the ring and be knocked out. You can step in the ring and have the best fight that we ever seen. You've changed your trainer, you changed your team, you've done a lot for the combat sport. What can we see on the 4th of September? Which Badr are we going to see?
I think you're going to see a Badr versus Remy the second time. I think it was one of the most technical fights in kickboxing history.
Okay, then I have one thing to say against Wrzosek. You better run. You better run.
Don't worry.
Thank you so much, guys. Let's get in front of the stage, give them a round of applause, and Robbie, thank you. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, the two fighters.
I'm fucking coming for you!